perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human relationships, and also the most putrid. There is no ceremonial ritual that can fully paint the macabre imagery and torture that only a marriage can portray. Only you can do that through vile acts of love and patience, through talking and listening to each other's unending yammering, through learning to forgive when one of you, or both of you, will surely mess things up. Learning to appreciate your many differences, and by learning to make those important things a distant memory. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you make to stand together as life mates, eternity mates, and partners until the end of time. Will you, Andrew Charles Osborne, take this succubus? I mean that in the most endearing way. To be your wedded wife.
I do.
Yeah!
Kiara Lynn Daniel, take this hellacious villain to be your wedded husband.
I do.
I didn't even understand what that man said. On your feet one more time, everyone. Two people in love do not live in isolation, unfortunately. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other's gluttonous appetites, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, shall take all that we can get from them. But that also means we have a responsibility to this couple. Even though we may not care for them, respect them, or love them, we must still support their marriage and the new family they are creating today. Because, well, if we don't, their spirits will surely haunt us for all eternity. Please respond with, "We will," or if you really won't, then say, "We won't." Do you, as the community that serves them, agree to this unholy union and revolting act of disgraceful morality?
We will! Oh my god, his laugh is so creepy!
Now sit down and quiet down.
I'm recording the whole thing.
What did he say?
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice!
When the vows you've chosen are read to one another. But before we do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship.
I would so do this for a wedding.
This means that you would be stuck with each
Like
other
remarried,
for
definitely.
eternity. No other ties are more tender, no other vows more sacred than those you will now assume. and there is no way to unbind the ritual.
Except in
once
divorce.
it is done.
Except in divorce. Except in divorce.
And their promises to each other are as follows. I promise to curate a faithful and fantastic marriage with you. Beyond years of struggle and torment, I will be by your side. I promise to not take for granted the undying love that you show. And despite this ever-changing and grotesque world around us,
Yes,
I will
it truly
forever
is.
be yours. Pestilence, genocide, and the apocalypse will not keep me from being with you forever. Until death do we part, but we will be reunited in the afterlife. And I promise to haunt our enemies together forever.
Aww.
Have you a token of your love for each other?
Say like, don't let me one more. We're not in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, exactly. Like
We're in Rocky Horror, not Beetlejuice.
I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my undying devotion for you. Devotion.
Devotion.
Please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my undying devotion.
undying devotion for you.
Devotion.
The wedding ring is the outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond which unites two hearts in endless love. The circle, the emblem of eternity, the gold, the type of what is least tarnished and most enduring. It is to show how lasting and imperishable is the faith now pledged. Tradition has brought these rings here today. As a token of unbroken tradition, these rings have been passed down from mother to daughter and given to the bride and groom as an unending bond in the belief carried through to here. Today, that to marry was to say you believed in the future and in the past too. That history and tradition and hope could stay knit together to hold you both up. The bride and groom would now like to conclude a very special ceremony in which I will recite these words as they shovel the dirt and bury their old lives and give way to a whole new level of living. Eternal life together, unbroken. Promises of a grotesquely beautiful afterlife to signify their union.
There's actual dirt over there. So I can put it.
Oh, wow.
Ash to ash, dust to dust. An unbroken circle of eternal trust is forged here today, and as their old lives give way for the unrested spirits to hear what I say. And this gift of the earth shall bring forth rebirth. Each shovel piles higher, and it strengthens the dirt. To arise a new life, and let nothing sever. Till death do they part, but souls together forever. said most before. Before we continue, I'd like to give a special shout out for the bride and the groom to their wonderful gift, which is cash over there.
No.
And by the power of your undying love and commitment to each other, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now share your eternal kiss. I would like to give you your first wedding gift, which I will bestow upon you, and it is the symbol of the weight and responsibility of marriage.